Just started a network marketing business, aka MLM, aka direct sales. They're all the same thing. So now you have no idea what it is that you need to do. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about 10 things that you should be doing consistently starting this week that will help you up level your network marketing business. My name is Elisa Mardigan, otherwise known as the Mom Boss Coach, and I've been in the network marketing business for about 4 years now, and I have since, I still am in the network marketing business. However, I am now an attraction marketing coach, and I help women marketers get rid of the overwhelm using simple strategies that will give them effortless success in their online business. Okay, so today let's talk about the 10 ways to up-level your network marketing business starting right now. So network marketing is not just a fantastic stream of income, which is endless. The ceiling, there is no ceiling, okay? So however much work you want to put into it is what you'll get out of it, okay? But it can be endless, okay? But the other thing that I love about the network marketing industry is the people that you wouldn't otherwise have met. They are like-minded people. They want the same things you do. They want to make their life better. That looks different. Their why could be different from yours, but you are all in it for roughly a better life, okay? We all want a better life, okay? These people in your community, your tribe, they are passionate people. And that is why being in direct sales is fantastic, because not only do we fall in love with the product, we fall in love with the company, and we meet so many people from all over the world. Basically, wherever your company ships to, you can build a team from people from all parts of the world. Okay. And then what's fantastic is you've been talking to these people online, whether it be through typing on Messenger, whether it's on your cell phone, whether it's FaceTime, whether it's Zoom, no matter how it is. Finally, when the convention rolls around, you guys get to meet in person, and it's like you've known each other for years. I have had the privilege of that happening to me a few times now. And to me, that is the best part of convention, is meeting your team and meeting others that you've been talking to this whole time in person. Okay, so basically, network marketing, the business concept, has been around for decades, but because of the internet, it is exponentially growing, okay? Year after year, the reason it just works, okay? When you put the time and the energy and the skills to work, like when you learn the skills and when you put those skills into action, it will work for you, okay? It works. And now with the world the way it is at the moment, people have come to realize that they need another stream of income. If something, God forbid, should ever happen like this again, people need more than one income stream, and working from home is the best way to do it, okay? Because you can still work even if you can't go to your 9-to-5 office job. If you're laid off, whatever, you still have your online business to work from home. Okay, so with all of that said, in order to be successful, there are certain things that you need to learn and certain things that you need to do, okay? It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? Network marketing, and if you find one that is, run, okay? Because there's no such thing, okay? You will need to step outside of your comfort zone, because if you've never done sales before, this requires talking to people. And your warm market will run out really quickly, okay? So you will have to start reaching out to people you've never met before. But that's where attraction marketing comes in. And that's what I teach, because you are building relationships before even mentioning anything, okay, which is a lot better than just cold messaging someone and say, hey, you want to take a look at my business opportunity, you know? Okay, so, and being persistent and consistent, okay? Consistency is what's going to get you there, okay? So, once you set up a solid network of relationships, it's going to eventually just start rolling it on its own, okay? It will be much less time intensive and kind of almost on autopilot. That's why you need to be consistent, because the earlier you are being consistent, the faster this will happen. Okay, but if you're consistent for a week, then the following week you don't do anything and you don't get back to it till 2 weeks later or whatever, you're back at square one. Okay, consistency. And consistency is different for everyone because you need to fit it into your lifestyle. Okay, somebody might be able to do it, posting stuff online 5 days a week. Others might not be able to. Okay, so it just all depends. And you have to make sure you create a schedule that fits in with your lifestyle. Okay, so here are 10 simple steps that will help you jumpstart your business if you're brand spanking new, or kind of rework it. If what you're doing right now is not getting you anywhere, here's some things that will help. Number one, use your products regularly. Now, you would think that people would, okay, but I can say to you that I was guilty of this at one point, okay? It was my second network marketing company, and at first I loved their products, but then it became, and they worked to a certain degree, but it became too expensive. So I tried selling the products and promoting the business, but without really using the products myself. And it didn't work. Okay, because first of all, I couldn't give them firsthand testimonies because I was no longer using the products. Okay, and it's hard to answer questions when you're not aware of how a product works for you. Okay, so use your products regularly. And this is number one for a reason. Okay. You can't expect your business to succeed if you are not using the products. So again, now this is my personal preference, but when I am speaking to people about my business, I will offer them the products first, because how can I get them into a business when they haven't used the products yet? Okay, so I mean, they've seen my posts, they know what I've been saying, but I wouldn't join a company first without using their products. Okay, so unless, of course, it was from my BFF and I knew like I could trust her. Okay, that's different. But oftentimes, and especially when we're talking health and wellness, because there are so many out there, that you need to see how it's going to work for you before you can decide if you're passionate about it. You need to be passionate about your company. Okay, if you are not passionate about your company and the products, you're not going to be successful because you won't show the enthusiasm and the excitement. Okay, so always use your products on a regular basis so that you have firsthand testimonial stories to share. And so you can expertly answer your customers' questions, because you know everybody has them and you want to be able to answer them without, you're not going to be able to answer every single question, but when that happens, you just say, oh, I've never come across this question before. Let me ask someone and I'll get right back to you. Okay, don't pretend you know the answer, but the more you do know about a particular product and how it at least works for you, the better. Okay, and that's how you are going to educate people about the benefits of the different products, and you'll get repeat sales that way. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, educate yourself constantly. This is super important. Many people, myself included, because when I hopped into the network marketing business, to be honest, I didn't even know it was a network marketing business, and I didn't even know what that was. Okay. I initially got into it because I liked the product and I just wanted to use it. Okay. I had no idea what network marketing was. Maybe I lived under a rock. I don't know. But in any case, I had to learn what it was and how to do it, basically. Okay. It's just like any other job. You can't walk into a bank without any not accounting, but numbers. I don't know what you have to take to work in a bank, but you have to take some schooling to be able to work in a bank. Network marketing is no different. You need to learn the skills. If you are not already a salesperson, you need, and being a salesperson in a brick and mortar store as opposed to online, two totally completely different ways of doing it. But if you have never done sales of any kind before, you can't just expect to hop in and it happen. You need to learn the skills. You need to research. So it's very important to do that. There's books, there's like business books, self-help books, because a main component of learning the skills and succeeding is your mindset. And that would be considered the self-help. But so those are a great way to start. Podcasts, books, those are perfect ways to start. You can also follow people. Like I have a free Facebook group for women network marketers. The link will be down below. So if you want to join me, that would be great. I would love that. And there's also trainers and webinars and courses and everything. There's no lack of knowledge out there for you to learn the skills. Okay. And on that note, though, you can't flit, because I was guilty of this too. I'm speaking from experience. You can't flit from person to person to person and grab all their freebies and expect to learn, because those freebies are just a touch, just a little bit of information of what the whole thing they offer would be about. Okay. So if you grab somebody's lead magnet on how to create good content, okay, it's going to touch a little bit. It'll tell you a little bit, but it's not going to tell you necessarily what to do after people start commenting on it, or what to do when people don't comment on it. Okay. It's like a teaser. It's helpful in the moment, but you can't become successful on freebies, especially if this is brand spanking new for you. Okay. But freebies help. They help, but they won't be 100%. Okay. So successful people are also constantly working on their self-development. And that means mindset and how to run a business outside of the sales part. Okay. So usually in the morning, this is when I do it. And it's not long. I'll read a chapter. So however long that chapter takes, 10 minutes, 15, a half an hour, I read a chapter. Okay, because that's just me. I can't stop in the middle of a chapter. Okay, but even 15 minutes a day of a book, some sort of book, that is going to help you continually grow as a person. Okay, so every day. And the morning is a great time to do it because it sets yourself up. It sets your day up for you. Okay, number 3. Spend as much time as you can with your upline. Now, this would typically be at the very beginning. If a leader is good, they will kind of guide you through at least 30 days. But you're always in contact with each other. You should at least be in contact with your upline at least once or twice a month. Okay. If you're not, make sure you start. So why is this important? Well, when you start mingling, and I know it's online, but that's okay. It's the same thing. When you start mingling with the people that are higher up in your company, you can ask them, well, what was it that you did? How did you get here? Okay, so you can learn from them. You can ask them to do 3-way calls with a prospective customer, just so you can get the feel of how they do it. So then you can adopt their way and make it your own. Okay, instead of doing the first couple just on the fly, you can try to have a three-way. Some people do it, some people don't. So it just depends on your leader. Okay. And then, and most people, especially if they are your direct upline, they want to share their tips and help you succeed, because if you succeed, they succeed, right? But be coachable and listen to their advice. Okay. Most of the time. I've had some people, some clients come to me and say, my upline is telling me to just cold message people about my business opportunity. Okay, that I don't agree with, because that is demoralizing, because you are going to get more no's than you will ever get yeses. So it's unmotivating after a while of hearing so many no's. People don't like it because they're getting tons of them a day. So that is definitely not the way to go. Okay, and even if your upline made it by doing that, that could have been years ago when it was okay. Okay, so you have to keep that into consideration as well. Okay, number 4, start making a list and reach out to a minimum of 5 to 10 people a day. Now, when I say list, I know when you first start with your company, your upline will tell you to make your list of 100 or 1,000 or whatever. Now, I do not agree with contacting everybody and anybody you ever met in your whole life. The mailman, the milkman, whatever. I don't agree with that, okay? But make a list of the people that are closer to you if you're starting with your warm market, and reach out to 5 to 10, from 5 to 10 of them every day. Okay, now once your warm market is done, then, and while you're doing this, you are also getting more leads onto your profile and in your VIP group, whatever. So once you are done with your warm market, you're done that list, you start connecting with your cold market. And that's not, when I say reaching out, I don't mean reaching out and asking them to see your business. I mean reaching out and building rapport, creating a conversation, something that interests the two of you, something you have in common. Okay, anything, but your first conversation is not about the product or the business. Okay, you are just getting them to start a conversation with you. You're going to chit chat back and forth a bit, and then you're going to transition to your product or your business opportunity. Okay, so when you make these lists and you are moving through these lists and consistently connecting with 5 to 10 people every single day, this is going to put you on the track to success. Okay, almost every successful network marketer has done this at some point, and they continue. Okay, if they are still building their business, I mean, they continue to message or to connect with brand new people every day. Now, by doing this as well, by making not a mental note, post it somewhere to remind you to connect with 5 to 10 people every day. And when you do this, non-negotiable, every single day, you're going to be amazed at how the engagement is going to start happening, how more people are going to start friending you, how it continues to open the doors for people to check out your business and your product, and the consistency. Okay, don't just do 1 today, 3 on Wednesday. No, 5 to 10 every single day. Okay. Number 5, take care of your downline. So what do I mean by that? I mean, don't just enroll them and, okay, that's it. I've enrolled you. You're on your own now. No, you can't do that. You should take at least 30 days to send them any documents that are of value. So if you have a fast start program and there's a PDF they need to see on that, send them that. If you have a goal setting worksheet, send them that. If you have particular graphics that they need to use for the company, like my company, I have to use particular graphics and I'm so thankful that my company actually creates these graphics for us, because this is the first company that I've been in that does. Okay, so plug them in to any company Facebook groups that they need to be. Get them started on their own VIP Facebook group. Be there to answer any of their questions. But you also want to let them know, okay, if they message you and say, okay, I can't find the compensation plan, can you tell me what it is? Instead of telling them what the compensation plan is, show them where it is. So not only do they have to find it themselves, I mean, you've given them where it is, but they have to physically go on their computer and find it themselves. They are now prepared to tell their downline where the compensation plan is. Okay, so you want to take care of your downline, but you don't want to handhold them too long because they need to learn so that they can take care of their downline. Okay, so you can offer incentives for getting the most personal volume or team volume, whatever. You can have contests. You can just do anything that you think will help your particular team feel motivated. Okay, meet with them once a month, like at the beginning of the month, to see what their goals are. Then halfway through the month, because some companies like mine has a green by 15. If you meet the minimum PB by the 15th, usually they have an incentive prize. Okay, so you could meet, say, at the end of the, well, no, because end of month is always super busy. So the beginning, like the very beginning of the month, and then meet again maybe 2 days before the 15th or whatever, or halfway through the month, to see how they're going. And acknowledge them. If they made their first sale, acknowledge them in the company group for that. Acknowledge them in a messenger chat if you have it for your team. Acknowledge whatever milestone they have made, because that keeps them motivated and wanting to try for the next milestone. Okay, number 6. Now, this kind of goes hand in hand with caring for your downline. This one is duplicating yourself so that your team can eventually become independent of you. Now, duplicating meaning, so when your downline person comes to you asking what the compensation plan is, so you are showing them, telling them where it is. Say, okay, if you go on into your back office and you go under resources and it's under compensation plan, now they know where to find it. So now they know what to tell their people. And that could be the same with anything. So my company has their own, a group specifically for ambassadors, and it's specifically for graphics. We all share graphics that we can all use. So tell them that. So when they have, like, plug them into that group and say, now when you enroll, be sure to plug them into these groups, and whatever groups they are, give them a list. Okay, I mean, hopefully they'll remember what you plugged them into. But anyways, when somebody first starts, it's a little overwhelming. So you have to handhold them for a bit. But your system needs to be duplicatable so that they can do it to their downline can do it to theirs, and so on and so on and so on. So that you are not always just teaching. You also have time to continue growing. Okay, create a large customer base. Now, yes, you do want to build a team, and you should do that. But don't forget about customers. Customers can be like where the big bread and butter comes from, especially if they're repeat customers. Okay, so just don't forget your customers. And that's another reason why I talk about the product first, or I offer the product first, because first, let's get them as customers, okay? Then hopefully they'll be repeat customers for a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, whatever. You can then, at that point, you can start introducing the business opportunity and explain to them the benefits, okay? But if they decide, no, I don't have time, it's not my thing, whatever reason they have for not doing the business, you've already got them as a customer, okay? And you know they're going to keep being a customer, okay? So that's what I do. I focus on customers, and then seeing about turning them into business builders, into team members. Okay. All right, that's number 7. Number 8. Uh-oh, where did I go here? I have to write it down or I'll never remember all this. Focus on your customers' needs. Now, again, just like when you bring in a new team member, you don't just enroll them and say, okay, you're on your own. Same goes for customers. When a customer orders from you, give it a little while where you think they might have received it in the mail already. Then you touch base with them and ask them, how did you like, and name a product that you know they bought. Okay, so that they know that you are keeping them top of mind. Oh my gosh, she even knows what I bought, right? And if they have a complaint, solve it immediately. Okay, now, and that's another thing to know your return policy. Okay, my return policy, I've not seen one like this either, ever. But you have at my company up to 45 days to return a product as long as it's 70% full. So you could use it a couple times and decide, no, I really just don't like it, and send it back and get a refund within 45 days. So know your company's return policies and any other policies that you need to know, okay? Try to listen to your customer 80% of the time, and you only talk 20% of the time, okay? I know that's hard, but you need to listen to what they are wanting, okay? You can ask questions. Now, if this is in the, you're talking about your products, they're not a customer yet, ask them what they like, ask them what they're looking for, ask them their struggles that your product can help with, okay? But listen, don't just be asking these questions with the intent of selling them something. You ask these questions with the intent of helping them, okay? So you need to listen to what their struggle is so that you can genuinely tell them, you know what? I have a product that helped me with that exact same thing. Would you like to learn more? Okay, but and not just saying that exact same thing. Repeat what they said. Okay, so say brain fog. Okay, that seems to be a good one for us moms. You could say, oh yeah, brain fog, I hear ya. I started using a product a little while ago, and it helped clear the brain fog like within 2 days or whatever. Would you like to learn more? And leave it at that. Okay, but you've repeated to them what they said to you. So that tells them that you're listening. Okay, so focus on your customers' needs, because again, too, if they decide to try the product and it works for them, they're going to be so thankful that you listened to them that they will refer you to anyone else they come across that has that same problem. Okay, how awesome would that be? Number 9, this is super important. Set daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly goals, but not just in your head. You need to write them down, okay? Writing down your anything helps to solidify it even more. I remember back in grade 11 biology, it was definition after definition after definition. And the only way I could remember these multitudes of definitions was if I wrote them down 3 times. So I would write it down 3 times and then I would read it. Then the next day, I didn't study weeks in advance, maybe 2 days in advance, but I would write it down 2 days in a row. I would write it down 3 times, say it out loud until I could say it mostly word for word. Okay, if I could say it mostly word for word, then I knew if I missed a few words, it would be still okay. All right, so writing down your goals will solidify them and help you achieve them, okay? And it is essential, because if you don't create achievable goals, you're going to get overwhelmed. You're not going to know where you want to go with your business, so you will end up not doing anything. Okay, that's kind of what it boils down to. And then you need to break up those larger goals into smaller, more easily attainable goals so that you do achieve a goal, which will make you motivated to get to the next goal, to get to the next goal. And before you know it, you've reached your daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly goals. And then then the year is over and you have to start all over. but you will be continually reaching those goals, which is motivating all by itself. Okay, so here's the saying: a goal is just a passing thought or wish until you put it in writing. Okay, that's when it becomes concrete and real. And it'd be a good idea, actually, if you just got a little book like this little notebook here and dedicated it to your business, and you wrote down your daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly goals, and all the little ones in between to get to those bigger goals, and you check them off as you go, because seeing things checked off gives you a sense of accomplishment. Okay, so that would be awesome to do that. You would be more productive and you'll be more conscious of your time. And the last one, get out there and do it now. That's the other thing. And I was guilty of this as well. I would learn all the things. I would buy the courses, buy the trainings, and I'm not saying they weren't good. I'm just saying that it was almost like I was, what's that saying? Oh my gosh, it's totally escaped me. When somebody goes to school their whole life, a professional student. Okay, so it was like I was a professional student, but never implemented what I was learning. So I would just say, oh, it's not working. Well, it's not working because I didn't implement it. Or I implemented it, but not enough. I was never consistent enough or anything, right? So the most important ingredient is action. So once you learn the skills, put them into action. And the quicker you start to do that, the quicker you start following the guidelines your upline has hopefully created for you, the quicker you start learning all your products and their benefits, and you start reaching out to people every single day, the quicker your business will start to gain momentum. Okay, so if you're unsure about what to say, ask your upline, like about certain products, okay? Because I'm sure they've used a product a few times with different explanations, and they can tell you which one would have resonated better, okay? Not taking action is the number one reason people fail. That's all there is to it. If you don't take action, how do you expect to go where you want to go? Okay, so if you commit to consistent action every single day, every day, consistent action, you will start to see your business growing. But on that note, the consistent action has to be the right action. So if you're posting and those posts aren't getting engagement, and you've been posting that same type of post for months now, well, it's obviously not working. So now you have to go back and see what you can change about that type of post. Okay, so that's what I mean about learning the skills that will help you. Okay, so by following these simple steps, you'll start to see the results materialize, and you'll be happy and motivated, and it'll all start to come. So anyways, that's it for today's training. If you want to grab my lead magnet on goal setting, I have a goal setting worksheet. I'll put the link down below so you can grab the goal setting worksheet and start setting some daily, weekly, monthly, and yearly goals. And if you liked this video, I would so appreciate it if you liked it, if you shared it, if you commented, whatever you prefer. It would be so helpful to me. And that's it for today, and I will see you next week on the next episode of the Mom Boss Coach TV. Bye.